Good morning, everyone. Do you know who Houdini was? My speech for today is going to be about the most famous magician in history, Houdini. I'm going to deal firstly with a couple of facts about his early life, then briefly state his contribution into the film industry, and finally I'm going to focus on his death and the causes of it. He was specialized as an escape artist due to his ability to get out of impossible situations, such as escaping from ropes, chains, handcuffs, or straitjackets. He was born in 1874 in Budapest, but moved to the States when he was 4 years old. As a young boy, he became fascinated with magic after seeing the performance of a traveling magician in his town. And when he was 17, he started to create his own magic tricks. Surprisingly as it may seem, it took him quite a few years to succeed. He was almost ready to give up, and he even published a newspaper ad offering to sell all of his magic and his secrets for just $20. And there were no takers either. But as you can see, he has become one of the most acclaimed escapists of all times. Later in his life, Houdini starred 5 Hollywood movies, but he was not satisfied with just acting in films, and he decided to open his own film production company. He closed it 2 years after the opening because it failed to bring in money, but at least his stage shows in theaters were still profitable. I was surprised to know that he owns a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and it was because he's working in films rather than his real success in theaters. That was what he did best. Houdini had a somehow strange death. He died in 1926 in the night of Halloween. He was in the middle of a tour in the USA when he began to experience severe stomach pain. And he refused any medical treatment because that would have meant missing some shows. Quite possibly he was suffering from appendicitis, but however, he continued performing his shows. Maybe you know that one of the best well-known abilities of the magician was to withstand blows against his body. And during a show in Detroit, a volunteer was testing this ability by punching him in the stomach, and this time with his stomach pain, he couldn't stand it and collapsed on stage. He was immediately taken to hospital, and unfortunately, a few days later, he passed away. The official cause of death was peritonitis. That happens when the appendicitis goes even worse because it hasn't been treated. But that punch on his stomach had a great deal of the blame. At the time of his death, Houdini was promoting a new show that is going to be called Buried Alive, and it was going to consist in sealing himself inside a coffin, which would afterwards be submerged into water for more than an hour. Houdini took the coffin with him on tour, and he used to display it in the lobbies of the theaters where he played as a way of promoting it. And he even jokingly instructed his wife how to use it should anything happen to him while on tour. Ironically, that coffin was used to transport his body back to New York for burial. There are lots of things to say about this great man and his great escapes, but I'm afraid I completed the 4 minutes, so I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you.